what's going on, you guys? It's be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and
Jamar 4.
And we're here for another episode of the Prelude with Scotty and Jamar. We were just here last night, and now we're here again Thursday night. Now, normally on Thursday nights, Jamar and I are doing our Chasing Dallas panel with T and Tramel. But this week, since they don't have an episode out this week, we decided to come up here and do the Prelude today instead of tomorrow. So with that being said, we have a special guest here from the show Chasing Dallas, and I'm going to allow Jamar to introduce this lovely person. He's one of my favorite people on the show, by the way.
Okay, so we have the auntie. We have that bougie aunt with a lot of money that comes onto the show and mind her business. She don't fight, but she will sue. Real estate turned reality star Teddlie is in the building.
There you go.
Hello, y'all.
All right, what's going on?
Not much. What's going on with y'all?
Nothing much.
We certainly appreciate you being here with us. We know that you don't like to give your time away to everyone, so we appreciate the fact that you are here tonight. Amen.
Amen.
So, everybody's watched the show. Everybody is somewhat familiar with who you are. We've given you an intro, but we want to hear from you. Tell us who it is that you are, what it is that you do, and an interesting fact about yourself that the audience may not know.
Oh, I'm gonna give you a short version of who I am, what I'm about. But I am the one and only Teddlie. There's only one of me. One thing about me is that I will always try to exude as much class and sanity as I can. I am who I am. I don't switch up, don't change for anybody. Most of the time I'm very reserved until there's disrespect coming my way and I have to clear something. Other than that, I'm just always focused on my bag and working hard and building myself up for more success. I am all things real estate, everything from HOA management, property management, and then also selling homes and buying homes and properties, investments. So that's a little bit of who I am.
Yeah, I need you right now because I'm in the midst of trying to buy me a house, and it is frustrating.
Well, you know what? Some people say it's the time to buy. Some people say it's not. But I personally think it just depends on your situation and what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's also very true. I learned that as well. So one of my new favorite questions to ask people, especially people who are up here of a queer experience, is how did you navigate your queerness as a child growing up? Like the realization internally and then sort of coming into that.
You know what? I don't really have a coming out story or a big disrespect situation growing up as a kid. Luckily, and I'm honored and blessed to have two great parents who always supported me. They always taught me to be who you are, unapologetically, exude confidence and own who you are. And they've always supported me since day one, since I was a kid up into my adulthood. I never really struggled with my sexuality growing up. Even now, I'm very confident with who I am. I do believe in that, you don't have to wear your sexuality on your sleeves. Not saying that, you have to be ashamed of being gay, but, being a Black gay male is very hard in today's society. There's very much still hate crimes going on in corporate America, working in the field that I work in, there's discrimination going on still. So I'm very cognizant of that these days. But my sexuality growing up, I was who I was and I'm still who I am now.
And I definitely respect that because as we know, a lot of people don't get to have that experience. And it's always interesting to see how, because, when we become adults, we kind of get it. We kind of understand how it's supposed to go. We come into our own, but not everybody gets there the same way. So I'm always interested to hear people's journey.
Exactly.
So tell us how you landed in the real estate industry.
So I originally started off working in model homes, working for the builders directly, showing homes on the weekends. I still remember I was still in college, my freshman year and sophomore year in college. I got a fascination with just looking at the design and architecture of homes and building those relationships with other realtors and builders in the community. So I actually started off, like I said, working in the model homes. And then from that point on, I wanted to get my license. And then after that, I was like, you know what else can I do in real estate? And then I started working, I got out of corporate America and started working in HOA management, which means Operational wise, dealing with a lot of properties that are in HOAs and managing HOAs directly. So when it comes to real estate, I would say I'm very experienced on the operational side and the selling part.
Okay.
My dad actually did real estate on the side, so I just remember growing up, he would always when we were in Detroit, so he was always going to these different homes and vetting them out and just seeing different stuff. And I always want to be like, "Are we moving here? Are we living here now?" Like, so, watch. It's a great. You can make some money now in real estate. So,
Trust me, I'm actually considering. I'm like, you know what? This whole HOA management daytime thing of managing and doing, I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to do real estate, like sell homes and invest in properties. If my money get long, that's my plan. So
okay, period. And shout out to Chasing Reality in the building.
Shout out to Chasing Reality, most definitely. Have you found any pushback being a queer individual in the real estate thing from any clients? Because you know how people can be sometimes with us being who we are. So have you ever experienced any of that?
absolutely, I would say on both sides, from the HOA management side and the like real estate sales side. For example, when I attend big board meetings for HOAs, predominantly my communities are master plan communities and the demographics are mostly not minorities. And so, you get some assholes and some crazy people who discriminate still, and they won't even like talk to you really, or they'll come at you with crazy difficult questions and try to give you a hard time. And on the selling part, you won't get some clients sometimes just because you're black, just because you're gay. They won't want to work with you because of that. So I have experienced that.
I'm looking for the black gay queer people. Find me.
We know our stuff, and we're very detailed.
Okay,
Exactly.
Yes.
What you about to say, Jamar?
I would say I know my community. I said I trust my own before I trust the rest of y'all.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
So how did you come across the Chasing Reality platform, and what attracted you to it to make you want to join?
Well, I have been watching for years, specifically since season 1. I just always said, you know what? If I was on this platform, what could I bring to the platform, and what I want to show? And thankfully, I'm on this platform now showing what I want to show, which is vulnerability, balancing a career, and then also, being open about a failed marriage and trying to balance friendships, all those things. So I used to watch it, and I would see an individual like myself bringing what I bring now. So, yeah.
And we're gonna get into that in a little bit. So what we discovered in the show as it started is that you have a friendship history with George that has gone south.
Mm-hmm.
So can you share with us from your side what caused the breakdown in this friendship between you and George? Because I definitely want to know that, because y'all was going in on each other.
So you know what? People have to understand that sometimes when the cameras come on, or certain people are exposed to certain things, or they get questioned about how they're behaving, people get defensive, or they try to put on a different story or front. For me, as you all saw, it was very genuine. I was at a time in my life where I was going through some things personally, my divorce.
Mhm.
And as a friend, I will say during a certain time frame, he was very supportive. There was a time where we just kind of just stopped talking. And it was at one point where I heard he was actually relocating from Dallas to Atlanta. And I wanted to reach out to him. But I was just, like I said, going through my personal things. I actually wasn't really reaching out to any of my friends. I was kind of in my own little cocoon, working out the kinks of my divorce and just coming, to my own senses mentally. But like I said, there was a time where I heard he was moving. I tried to go to his social media at one point, his Instagram specifically, and I noticed I was blocked. And I was like, blocked? Okay, what's this about? So at that point, when I saw that I was blocked, I was like, okay, well, it must be something very serious on his end, because obviously I don't know what's going on. We haven't talked in like at least a month. And so there was a night we were all out, and I saw him at a gathering, as you guys saw, a party. And I decided, let me pull him to the side, talk to him, and see what's going on. And as you saw what all unfolded, that's what really happened. I believe in my heart that I said nothing disrespectful to him when I pulled him outside. I believe he got very defensive at that point. And then that's where he started saying things that had nothing to do with our friendship. He tried to hit below the belt and bring up many other frivolous things that had nothing to do with the situation at that point. So I think that people show their true colors when cameras come on. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what, to this day, I don't know what the issue is. I really don't care no more at this point. I wish him well. And it is what it is, you know?
He said frivolous things. That's that rich auntie type of talk.
and,
Those frivolous things.
and furthermore, even after that incident, you're still dragging my name through the dirt, and I'm not even speaking on you. I don't even, ever since that night, I don't even speak on you. I don't, you know, I've done a couple of interviews here and there, like I'm doing tonight. I'm not throwing dirt on your name, so why are you still throwing dirt on my name, you know? And you never gave a valid reason that night what the issue is. You danced around the situation to me. So that leads me to believe that there's some kind of personal problem on your end, not mine. And so it is what it is.
Okay. And I think, because I know this is going to be the last time that we talk about it, because we were watching one of our colleagues, they were interviewing George, and he had made a comment or asked a similar question. And he had said that it had involved him being there for you during the divorce, and there was some sort of a switch up. He was there for you, and then you know, it was just this sudden thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
And is there any? Would you find any truth to that? Like, was y'all always talking about was he helping you through the divorce, and then was there just something that just happened to where you was like, this isn't working for me no more? Like,
well, there's a partial truth to that statement. Yes, he was definitely there for me through my divorce. That's one thing I can agree with. However, when we disconnected and stopped talking, I'm not sure what may have happened at that point. There was nothing on my end that I understood I didn't understand why we stopped talking. So, I mean, if it was an issue, he should have addressed it and said it that night or before. I mean, why be so nasty and malicious and say all these other crazy things? You know, there's no issue. I mean, I don't know. I still don't know. So, no.
Well, that's true.
When you don't know, you don't know.
Communication is key.
Right.
So, as a new cast member in this new season, how has the experience been for you overall? Because I know there's a difference of filming the season as opposed to watching it back. So, tell me what that's been like.
Yes, it really is. It's definitely a different experience from being a viewer versus being on the cast, a cast member. You just see so much. Like I said, when the cameras are off, you see amongst the cast some people's true interaction and personality. And when you see the cameras come on, it's like you completely switched up. But overall, it's been a great experience, I should say. It's been a roller coaster. But, you know, one thing that I know and I've always been cognizant of is you can't feed into much what people are saying, their opinions, and people are going to have their opinions. You got all these people out here who are watching. So whether it's about inquiring about my eyebrows, my hairline, whatever the case may be, those comments don't produce a paycheck. So I really don't let those things faze me. But at the end of the day, people are gonna be people. Just like myself, I watched the Housewives franchise. I got my opinions when I watch those ladies on TV. So I just put myself in that seat. Like, you know, I'm on a platform where people are watching and they're gonna have their opinions. So therefore, I think if anything, being on this platform has made me even more stronger and have even more confidence.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way of putting it, because, you know, I even came to this realization. I said this on one of my videos, I think it was yesterday, that people are going to be people and they're going to say whatever the hell they want to say, even if it's garbage like they may be. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, whatever you say, it really doesn't faze me or do anything, because I'm getting paid to speak. Exactly. And you're not getting paid to watch me. Exactly. So it doesn't matter. So so that's a good way of putting it, because that's where I'm putting it at. Like, I'm not here to pacify you nor satisfy you. It's either you like it or you don't. That's how I feel about it.
It is what it is. I'm getting up every day, still breathing the same air in my house.
Right.
Going to the same job and career that I have, profession that I have, and still making my money and still being productive. So the comments are not anything productive for me.
Period.
And I think it's interesting about the this community and this platform that we've kind of cultivated is that what makes this show special is because it's casting people that are literally our next door neighbors, our barbers, our just local entrepreneurs striving for something in their own respective fields. And yet some of us tear people apart. Like, oh, they look cheap. They got this, they got that.
Yep.
It's just, we're in the same tax bracket.
Right.
Us are making some of the same money. So if you can't go in your closet and pull out some Gucci, Prada, Fendi, like what's her name from Love and Hip Hop, then why do you expect me to be wearing design each and every scene in Confessional? Now, if you got it, that's different. But we not the housewives getting paid thousands of dollars an episode.
And you know what? I always say this: real money is not loud money. Meaning, real money is who they are and what they do and what they invest their time and money into. So,
Absolutely, you're absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you got a chance to meet everybody at the September to Remember party that Robert threw, and everybody kind of went on a circle to introduce themselves and what they had going on, who stood out to you the most and why?
definitely Deandre. He, for one, started off on the definitely handicap wrong foot with me. You know, he came for me and pretty much attacked me and was like, I met you before and you only get one opportunity, something about an opportunity, this and that. And he had seen me previously before, but I was acting shady. And I'm like, honestly, I don't remember who you are, sweetie. Still don't know who you are to this day. You've given us 20 different personalities on the camera. But you know, I think definitely that individual stood out to me the most and basically made a fool of himself to this day. So he's definitely memorable to me. Yeah.
It's the cool, calm shade for me.
Just the matter of fact of it all. But see,
Right. I love it though. I love it though.
I'm just saying,
Like I love it. I love it for real. So that's funny because since you said that, that was actually the next question that was on the way. It was actually about Deandre expressing that he had like a negative experience with you at a club, and you literally just said you don't have no recollection of it. So I ain't gonna ask you, did you have any recollection? Because you just said you don't remember that. So would you say that he was just trying to find a reason to pick with you?
Absolutely. I know that he's connected to certain individuals that because I travel back and forth to Atlanta a lot for work. So he knows some individuals that I know who I'm no longer friends with, who's on this platform as well. So I think there's a connection between that and this situation. And then also Oliver, he knows Oliver. So I think that he probably looks up to Oliver and probably thinks that he has to put on a certain persona, an image for the show. And I think that's what he came in thinking he had to do, and it backfired on him.
Oh, yes, it did, child. Oh, God.
I'm just so confused. I said, what about when you watched Oliver on this platform?
Mm-hmm.
What about your behavior reflects? Like, how did you get this from that? Like, I don't.
Yeah, Oliver's so collective. So Oliver's such a social butterfly. So connected with a lot of people, and he helps out when he can to push in the door with right people and networking. But then you got this other one over here.
Not this other one.
Acting a donkey on camera. Like, and then you apologize one moment about something, we good, and then you want to stir up some more Kool-Aid, So it's just like, I mean, it's too much. It's people like that you can't trust. I don't want to be around you. It's too much.
Listen, you sound just like me at this point. So we know that you're going through. Well, are you still going through the divorce, or is it final?
Oh, I think he froze.
Oh, is it frozen? Oh, Teddlie. Yeah, he froze, child.
He got his good auntie face on too. Man.
I have no idea because he just froze.
It usually don't. Well, they'll. Child.
I'm sorry. Can y'all see me?
Yeah, we
that-
can now.
Oh,
Oh, well, he froze again.
StreamYard. What's going on?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
StreamYard. Stop the bullshit now.
Okay, am I back? I'm back.
We can hear you. It's just that you're froze.
Okay,
Hold on.
what about now?
It might adjust itself. Come on, StreamYard. Work with us.
You want me to?
Am I back?
We can hear you, but we just can't see you.
Oh,
You
Like
might
we,
hop out the room and then come back in.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, maybe StreamYard gotta adjust itself.
because you know how StreamYard can be, child. It's just a StreamYard can be some serious.
Child, we was in the groove too. We was going through the whole. We was on a roll.
We was now.
We was on a roll. Hold on, y'all. We'll be back in a second.
Didn't this happen in one interview before?
I'm sure it did.
I think it was Dominique's interview.
No, not him.
It was somebody.
I can't remember. It's happened before for sure.
Definitely happened before.
Can't tell you who it happened with, but StreamYard has been StreamYarding as of late.
I'm glad it didn't happen when we interviewed Candy because I was gonna be pissed.
The
Okay. Am I back?
There we go. There we
There
go.
we go. Okay.
Okay, so before I get into the question, it's in regards to your divorce. So I want to make sure I'm asking the question the right way. Is the divorce still going on or is it final?
Gotta watch the show. I can't say too much.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'll just go ahead and get on through the question here. So as we were watching the show, we know that you're going through a divorce, which but you shared your dude on the show. So how's the progress been for that relationship? What's his name? His name Malcolm, I think.
Yeah.
That's his name. How's the progress been for that relationship? And do you have any sort of a relationship with your soon to be ex-husband?
The ex, no. There was so much that transpired during the process and before that. But I wish him well. I wish nothing but the best for him at this point. As for Malcolm and I are very good. We have a bond to where he understands me and I understand him. We have a good time together. So we're taking it day by day.
Okay, that's good to know. So when the group met up again at the restaurant or whatnot, and you confronted Dre about his comments in regards to your hairline and stuff like that, you corrected him and let him know that they are actually fibers. Okay, Can you educate the people on what fibers are and how they are used? Because some people don't know.
Do y'all know what fibers are? Do you two know what fibers are?
I don't either.
And I don't think I've ever seen them used properly.
Right. Okay. So it's kind of like a Beijing, but instead of it being more of a liquid form, it's more of like a powder form. So it's like a spray that comes out like a little tube, and it's like little follicle pieces, like powder format, but it's just the color of your hair, like dark. A lot of barbers use it too to fill in your edge to make it look a little bit more thicker or defined.
Okay.
So they have done that for me, and it looks great, it looks crisp. But the only thing that I would wonder is it's so much maintenance. Like I feel like I would have to do it myself because as soon as I wash my face or take a shower,
it's gone. Yeah,
exactly.
It's gone, child. It's gone. Yes. So it's no shame in my game about it. Of course, as I watch back on camera, it does look a little heavy on some scenes. The camera makes things look a little bit more exaggerated. But yeah, I do use fibers proudly. Not that I really need it, but I prefer to use it. It's just my preference.
Okay.
Ain't no shame in that, baby. There'll be some people that got they be thinning, and they need to be using some.
I was just about to say there's some people that need it.
Yes.
But so you show up to this color party, this infamous color party, child, with your sequin. I was like, that is not a color, but okay.
Right.
It looked nice.
Thank you. Yeah.
I know Teddlie got some sequin. So I know Teddlie got some
Well,
sequin.
you know what? When you're trying to be shady and you assign me something or a pattern that's one of my favorites, I'm going to execute it. So that was not a difficult assignment for me. So
Okay, period.
Yeah.
And we all know what's soon to happen with the melee and the battle and the little fisticuffs.
Child.
Um,
Baby, the zoo animals busted loose, honey.
not the zoo animals, child. We saw you and Kiki was me. I was in the corner, minding our business, make sure our assets
Yeah, that's definitely him.
That's it.
are intact.
That's definitely him.
Right.
Okay, because child. So
I'm
what was
more
the
Astro. I'm more of Astro.
What? Yeah, that's definitely her for sure.
I love Astro though. I love his Astro. I love him. He's young and very courageous. I love Astro.
What was like going through your mind through that whole debacle? Like it was a lot happening at one time.
These people crazy. These people are crazy. Like what is like you know like you know what though? In Kesey's defense, I get it. Like he was really sitting there and mind his business, and you running up on me in my personal space. So you know, truth be told, I know I said I don't fight, I sue, but if I'm ever in a situation and I feel attacked or I'm about to get attacked, I'm going to defend myself in that situation, especially when I'm already sitting down and you coming at me. So I mean, in his defense, I get it. But all the other stuff, everybody jumping in, doing this, and it was a lot going on. All I knew is that I'm standing far away from that shit because if somebody throws something and take my eyeball out or scuff up my eyebrow, I'm suing.
I know that's right. Because even like before in the previous scene, it was like, well, I don't fight, I shoot. I'm just like,
not shoot.
What? Well, we see that you don't fight. Of course, we see that. We saw with our own eyes that fighting is not your forte.
Now, back in my younger days, now I used to talk some shit when I needed to, and you know, I would be about it if I need to. But I'm a certain age. I carry a certain amount of class, and I'm in the profession that I'm in. I can't be out here acting fool.
Yeah, I've never been about that life ever.
Now, didn't you just say moments ago that you like?
Oh,
not even 5 minutes.
Bitch, just let me lie. Damn.
Oh,
I can't let you do that. I can't let you do that.
Just let me lie for once. Damn.
It's on candid camera, caught in 4K.
I can definitely edit it out and want nobody know that it was there. I can definitely edit it out.
See, just lies.
God, don't give that to your question. Because if we're going to do this tonight, we're just not doing this. Go ahead.
That's fine. That's fine. So I want to get your opinion on something that you can give like as an audience member or just somebody watching the situation right now. There was that scene where Robert explained that, you know, the issue that he had with Dior was that his best friend's ex used to date Kesey, or that whole 3-way, 5-way situation. And it felt like it was disrespect to him. And I'm like, do you agree with Robert that it was disrespectful to him?
Let me tell you,
dates his best friend's ex.
I agree. I agree on both sides. I agree more on Robert's side because I'm big on that. I mean, I've had situations where friends of mine try to talk to exes and people that I used to have dealings with, and I'm like, where's the loyalty at? I think at the end of the day, what Robert thing was, it was more about the loyalty and the respect factor. It's too close to comfort, it's too close to home. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the loyalty factor. That's what it really was about, I think. And I think that the two of them just really needed to communicate about the situation before it got to the point that it got to. But, you know, I get Robert's point. I completely do.
I need somebody to confirm some things because Dior saying there's no dealings that ever happened. Trey Howard saying that they didn't kiss each other. Robert's already mad that they dealing with each other when there's no, I guess, proof that they dealing. So it's like, what's the truth?
So I can't tell you no truth to that because I didn't see that with my own 2 eyes. So I don't know. Once again, that story ain't right near the tape, so I ain't getting in it.
I definitely understand that.
Fair enough. So, did y'all have a cast trip this year? And if so, how would you describe the trip and how it went without giving too much away?
We had a lovely cast trip. I will say that it was highlighted around me. Yeah, but it was a good trip. It was a lot of craziness per usual. So you guys are definitely gonna have to watch that episode.
This season is full of twists and turns.
Baby, it was very juicy, but it was a lot. But yeah, we had a great cast trip.
And I always like to ask people that question because that was the one time that Markel invited me on to help help him finish out the part of the show.
Ooh.
That's what me and Teddlie met. And so I didn't know what to expect. I did not know what to expect.
You was just there amongst the shit and not knowing what's going on.
But look, it was
Had
a
no
whole shit show, but we made it out. We made it.
We did. We did.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited for the audience to see that part. And I don't know what it's going to look like edited.
Oh my God, I'm nervous.
It's going to be a key. It is messy.
It's very you know behind the scenes, you know.
But I will say, and we talked about it with Trey last night. He agreed. When the cameras weren't rolling, we had a great time.
We did. We really did. Overall, that's why I say overall we had a good time. I think what was captured it needed to be captured. You know, it is what it is. So I can't wait till everybody to watch it.
And that's really all we can. Because once the shit comes out, then we can talk.
Then we can really spill the tea and get gag.
Well, I can't wait to see that.
Yes, it's a lot.
Entertainment, but foolishness.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So the next question is, being that you are on reality TV now, what advice would you give someone who's getting into reality TV for the first time? Because, people be trying to tell me to get on reality TV and I'm not fit for that. I know I'm not, so I would never do it. But how would you, what advice would you give somebody who want to do a show like Chasing Dallas or Atlanta or whatever?
So my thing is always stay true to who you are. Remember who you are before the cameras. Like you have to always stick by your morals and what you truly believe in. Don't let nobody twist and turn who you are. Speak on your own truth. Like own what you do, own what you say. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, Patty. I may say something that didn't come out too right, too kind, or whatever the case is, or it may came out too shady. And I may want to come out shady, but own your shit and take accountability. And just overall, I think just remember who you are before getting on a platform like this.
I think I agree with that, because a lot of the times when we're watching reality TV, or not even just reality TV, even if we're doing stuff like this, people can tell when you're not being genuine or authentic. Sometimes you can tell this is a character that they're playing. And I tend to go for people that are way more authentic and genuine with who they are. I know that it's a reality show and people need, drama and all that dramatic bullshit, but if that's not who you are, then I don't feel like you need to just drum it up for a camera. I mean, it takes too much time to be somebody that you're not.
Exactly. And like I said, I saw a lot of that with this cast. I may be a newbie this season, but I can peep things out, and I saw a lot of that.
And I think the genuine thing is just something that comes with maturity, because in your 20s and the early parts of your adult life, you're probably fed different energy from a lot of different people of who they want to be and who you feel like you have to be. And eventually you'd be like, I can't do this no more.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna be honest, during filming, it wasn't easy for me in a sense of I had some days where I'm like, Lord, I don't feel like dealing with these people. And I had to remember that, I know there's quite few other cast members who are a bit older than I am. I think I'm like in the middle with everybody. I'm 33. So you have a lot of the cast members who are in their 20s, young, and they feel like this is their moment. They got to shine. They got to do this. They're so hungry in different ways to where it comes off as a negative impact on them. Then you got some who are older than me, and they're trying to be the teacher to where they're trying to chastise others, and it may come out the wrong way. And then you got the younger ones that feeling start getting hurt, and then you got a battle between the young and the older ones and their feelings. So, yeah, I mean, I think age has a lot to do with this platform too, and maturity.
It does because I know that I just turned 34 last month. So it's like the things that I used to be with at 24 when I met Jamar, I would not be down with those things at 34.
Mm,
Baby, because look, the way that my knees are set up at 34, can't do
okay.
the things that I could do at 24.
I'm not
Look,
gonna be, I didn't mind cussing a bitch out in public. I didn't mind tussling and stuff and jumping in fights and stuff. I didn't mind doing it. I didn't, but now it's like I don't have time for the. Okay, argue with yourself. Like I like,
listen,
you
listen.
know.
Exactly. I'll say I was not always a caring figure. I was a Candace Dillard at some point in my life. Like I'll say this. My headspace and my energy level nowadays, I don't have time to go back and forth with foolishness. Especially if you're younger than me. I'm like, oh baby, go ahead. You got a couple more years to learn this or catch this real money. Like, it's just certain things you just don't have the headspace for no more. So
See,
you're
you
right.
said, you was Candace, right?
Yeah, I was Candace back, in my younger days. Now I'm a
See, at
Candace.
least you were Candace. See, I was K Michelle.
Oh.
That's who I
Oh. So
was.
you
I
was
was K
angry,
Michelle.
angry.
I was K Michelle. Okay,
Oh.
that's who I was. Now I'm Candy.
Okay. Okay.
I honestly
I
feel
like
like
it.
I've been carrying humor my whole life.
You have.
I don't think I've ever strayed away because I feel I didn't grow up with my older brother, so I was like always the center of attention with my
Mhm.
parents. I didn't have to engage in like that sibling conflict or anything
Mhm.
like that. And then I was usually mild natured and quiet. So like people around me, like a lot of people that I was drawn to were more boisterous and had big
Clearly.
personalities. And so they always felt very protective because they knew that I wasn't with all the bullshit. Like I'm not about to throw no fists. I'm just gonna throw a lawsuit. I'm gonna throw a taser, something else but my fist. Because
So
this
basically, what you're saying is you're only friends with me because I had a big ass mouth.
I
Yeah,
never
but
said
y'all are
that.
balanced. Y'all are
I never said
balanced.
that.
You're right. We are kind of balanced because, like, what I will say about him is that he is partially one of the reasons why I have kind of calmed down because there was a time where I felt the need to respond to every little thing
Mm.
someone said. Like, I gotta respond, I gotta say something, and then Jamar be like, does it matter? Like,
Yeah.
and so he like, does it really matter? Like, we don't have to respond to it. You don't have to respond to everything. Like, just let it go. Like, whatever. Now I will let it go. But listen.
You gonna reach back in that bag,
Listen.
let it out.
Keep poking me.
And then
Now,
there's nothing I can do.
once you keep poking me and it explode, then
That's it.
that's when that deep voice come in.
Ooh.
Oh, bruh, I'm sick of this shit, bruh. Blah blah blah. That's
Okay.
it's bruh this, bruh that, nigga this, nigga that, and Jamar
Oh,
be
you
like,
that kind of okay. Ooh.
Necessary.
Baby, they better leave you alone, honey.
Cause I literally don't be bothering nobody. So
Right.
it'd be like,
Yeah,
but
I get it.
So if there is a season 2, would you return for another season?
Not season 2.
I mean, not season 2. I'm sorry, season 5. Why am I thinking this? Because it's a new cast.
Right.
You know what?
Well, 3 seasons never happened.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, absolutely. Because I'll say this, I have so much more to show. I have projects that I'm working on already right now. New projects, new phases in my life that I'm entering. So I would love to show that as well on another season.
Yeah, I think you should come back.
And you come here to Atlanta often for work.
Yes, I do.
That's where he at.
What's up? What's the tea? Like we
gonna have to break bread and do something.
yes, live our rich auntie fantasies together. Like
Look, anything is possible. Look, okay.
Now, are you looking forward to the reunion?
I absolutely am. My outfit.
Oh,
Okay, just my outfit, y'all.
Just the outfit.
No, but you know what? I am looking forward to it. You know, some may use this reunion to unpack some things. Some may use it to want to fight and be belligerent. Some may use it just to kiki, and some may use it like myself just to sit there and be cute. But you know, I'm not wasting my energy and time to be rah at a sit down function or a wrap up of a season just to stir some more things up. I'm just gonna sit there collectively and just enjoy the time there.
As you should.
Yeah.
Can we say at the same time?
Because as you know, I'm sure as you're putting together your outfit and things like that, it's not cheap.
Yeah, no, it's not.
And I want to look nice.
Yes.
Right.
The entire time.
Yes. Yes.
Look nice the entire time. And production, we ain't got money. We'll be trying to tear up people's stuff.
Now listen, I'm telling you now. I said what I said. I don't fight, I sue. I have sued before. So, if anybody froggy, things are aligned legally. But like I said, no, I'm not worried about that either or. I'm really just there to just enjoy the moment.
As you should. So do you feel like, because on the last episode, they put out the notice that apparently Dre is no longer participating in doing the green screen confessionals and whatnot. And the green screens are pretty important for your perspective, your narrative.
Yeah, they are.
In an ensemble cast. So do you feel like he will attend the reunion, and do you feel like it would be beneficial for him to be there?
I think it'll be beneficial for him to be there. Let me say this. I think Deandre is very entertaining for TV. I just think that he has to get on one accord in terms of who he wants to display or what he wants to exude on camera. If you're gonna be who you are, rah on the shit, and just be that consistently with each person and be consistent like you are on your previous green screens. You don't get in your green screens and talk shit behind everybody's back, and then when we at a function, you don't really give that same energy. They give a little rah in terms of like just saying shit out your mouth. It don't make sense, but you don't give that same big and bad bully that you give in your green screens in person on the scene when we film it. So I think that he should be at the reunion. I really do think he should be there. He was a part of it, so why not finish it?
I hope so, because then it's just the big hole in the overall narrative of the show. Because everybody can give their opinion on it, but like if the opposite side doesn't get to rebuttal or hash or kind of come from their perspective, it's kind of like we just talking about it and can't really go anywhere.
Right. But not only that, like if you're gonna be the villain and do all that stuff throughout the season, then you may as well be able to face the music when it comes down to the reunion. That's what I don't understand about people that come on the show, kick up all this shit, get into all these situations, they fight, they start shit, they throw shade at everybody, under the sun, whether they do it in their face or they do it in the green screen, then the pressure becomes too much. The public is saying what they saying about you. And now it's to the point to where I don't want to do the reunion. Why? You came in with the shit, so end it with the shit.
Day one, you came in with it, so end it with the shit again too. So
keep the same energy. I'm gonna keep the same energy type of person. Like
I'm consistent, yes.
Right,
yeah.
Like just keep the same energy.
Right, I agree.
So towards the end of our interviews, we'd like to just play a little game, a little 1-2, to where we're gonna list off, each of the cast members that you're on the ensemble cast with for Chase to Dallas, and you give us your initial, like a one word, your first thought, or just your opinion of that person.
I'd rather him just give his opinion. I don't need no one word. I just want to hear him say what he gotta say.
Full-fledged auntie shade.
Yes, because I just want to hear the shade. That's why I don't need no one word. I need to hear everything.
Now see, I'm trying to be reserved, but okay, y'all can pull out some things out of me.
Before we get to the first one, you can take another sip.
Let me refill my glass.
Take another sip, but I'll go first.
Okay.
Kiki.
Very sweet, warm spirit, You know, down to earth and easy to talk to. Love Kiki.
She is easy to talk to. When we did the interview with her, was it like 2 weeks ago, Jamar? We did an interview with her because I was in Detroit, I think. We did an interview with her, and that was my first time ever speaking with Kiki, but she made me so comfortable that I started opening up about my own shit. And I'm like, I don't even know this broad. And she got me opening up to her, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's so I love the fact that she has an amazing story with becoming a teacher.
Yeah, I love it.
In the ballroom, seeing how she balances those two different lives she has. So I love her. Good vibes with her. Love her.
Okay, Trey Howard.
I think Trey is going through lots of growth right now. Trey is very talented. You know, he loves his fashion. I think Trey sometimes feel like he has to updo the next person or this person, that person that he feels that may be a threat to him. But I always feel like Trey is talented and he's in his own lane. Keep going in your own lane and get to your finish line. Don't worry about what the next person is doing next to you or ahead of you. I love Trey. I think he is funny. I just think that, you know, he's going through a lot of growth and it comes with age and wisdom.
And I think he's sweet too, because all the times I've interacted with him, I never got no fucked up vibes from him. It's always been pretty. He always been a pretty decent person to me, and you know, I reciprocate that type of energy. Like, you know, I'm just that type of person. Like, if you cool with me, I'm cool with you. But if you a bitch to me, I would definitely be one to you.
Right. And you know, one thing that Trey and I have grown a relationship off camera too, because you know, him and I have shared things. I've given him relationship advice. I've given him advice about certain things. You know, how to build yourself up career wise and get out there and just be who you are. So. I like Trey. Trey is he's going through growth, and I encourage him to continue growing.
You know, fun fact is when I was first meeting you guys in person for the first time, I thought that y'all would probably clash because you're like another, you know, young, fashionable, you know, like you both fall in a similar category.
Yeah, and that normally happens like that.
Yes.
So I'm waiting for there to be like a, you know, moment.
So the funny thing is, back in my younger days, I actually did wardrobe and styling, and I had my own closet organization business, and I actually was doing what Trey is doing. But I kind of put that on hold and got into real estate, got into working, you know, on my grown man stuff, I should say. So, you know, that's why I say I understand Trey and his niche and what his passion is. I get it.
And you know what? Him saying that just made me think of something. I might have to incorporate this in future interviews. How do you think this season would have gone if they casted 23-year-old Teddlie instead of 33-year-old Teddlie?
Oh, that's a good question.
You definitely would have seen more of an emotional side of me. And I say that in sense of at 23, I was still like, I had so much eagerness in me and I had so much like passion and sense of like not knowing how to start something and get to what I wanted to get to, but I just had the desire to finish this, do that. I was just all over the place in terms of how to get to where I wanted to get to.
Okay, I had to venture out. It just came to my mind. I said, let me go ahead and use it. So the next cast member is, excuse me, Kesey.
Kesey is, you know, Kesey is quiet. He's very reserved. But when you really talk to him and get to know him, he is super sweet. Actually, him and I wanted him to be my trainer literally because I've been working out a lot and he's very knowledgeable when it comes to like fitness and things like that. He's cool. I like him. I think that he won't hurt a butterfly. Like, but when you bother him, he gonna buck. So don't bother him.
As we can see, but yeah,
my segments exactly. What you saying?
I'll just say no. He has such a sweet spirit.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, even when we did our interview with him, he was all shine shit, and I'm like, you know, open. I'm like, boy,
precious.
But Jet Jeff,
ooh, spicy firecracker. Jet Jeff. I love Jet because he has the ability to defend himself in any arena that he's in. Um, I like that he has passion with his music. I like that he speaks his mind. He doesn't hold his tongue. Um, he can have a little shadiness to him, but I think he knows who not to be shady with and who to be shady with. I like Jet. Jet is spicy, and I hope he stays spicy.
Keyshawn.
Keyshawn, that's my dog. I love Keyshawn. Keyshawn's one of those individuals who is a straight shooter. He's also going, if he has some information about something, he gonna tell you. He gonna tell you the truth. He ain't gonna fabricate nothing. He's a ride or die type of individual. I think a lot of people become threatened by him when they first meet him because of his height and how vocal he is. But Keyshawn is definitely a straight shooter. He's a go-getter. And I think I see so much of me in him and my younger me in him. He's very driven. I like Keyshawn.
Okay. I had told Jamar when the trailer first came out, and I said this on another interview. I said when that trailer first came out, and I saw Sean on there talking about a little ass section, I'm like, I'ma like him. I don't know what it is about that line.
In this little ass section.
It is little ass section.
Yeah, so Sean and I would say out of the whole cast, Sean and I actually hang out socially sometimes. We like meet up and go out to have drinks at a bar somewhere, or I'll invite him out to an event, or he'll invite me to somewhere, or whatever. But him and I have hung out a couple of times outside of the show. So
I could see that though.
Mm-hmm.
I could see y'all hanging out a lot. Astro,
I adore the fact that he's so straightforward in the sense of exposing his background of what he went through with his family, his upbringing. He's very hungry. He's another one I think that is going through growth, and in terms of like just discovering who he is and just getting to where he needs to get to in life and navigating through the difficulties of where he's trying to get to. He's very talented. He spits some badass bars. I mean, he's good. Love Astro. I think he just has to think before he speaks sometimes. Because I think that he may get in situations where it may blow up bigger than what it should blow up to. But again, I admire his bluntness, and he's not afraid of who he is, and I love that. Robert is. I think you have to really understand Robert to get along with him. Robert is such a loyal, ride or die type individual, meaning if he got you, and he expects the same in return. I think that he means what he says, and again, if he gets any indication that he doesn't get that in return, he gonna let you know that he don't like it. He gonna call it out, and that's just that. I mean, yeah, Robert is Robert, and I have a soft spot for him, and I get him. I think many don't get him, but I understand Robert.
Lundy
is my boy. Lundy has a very protective aura over me. He knows out of the whole cast, he knows personally in my past relationship, what I went through. He knows what I don't tolerate, what I will tolerate. Lon is like a teacher. He's going to, give you advice where it's needed and look out for you by any means. And, he's going to make sure you're okay. No matter where you are, if you're out with him, he's going to make sure, ain't nobody messing with you. Ain't nobody going to bother you. We're good. Londi and I have a long history together, so I love Londi.
Dior.
Dior is, in my opinion, he's to himself. I think that a lot of people misconstrued that as him being fake sometimes or not being there. But I think Dior is just the type of person that if it really don't have nothing to do with him and it's not his business, he's not tending to it. Kind of like myself sometimes. I feel like, some things are just not for you to ponder across or dabble in. So Dior's just to himself, very mild mannered, and he's Dior's Dior.
And last but not least, Deandre.
Here's the thing. I don't think Deandre is a bad person. I think that the impression he gives and what he gives to others makes others feel a certain way about him. And then once others address things to him, he doesn't really know how to react to others' opinions. And so I think Deandre is just kind of maybe he has some personal things that he's going through, and maybe it's childhood things that he had going on. I don't know, that makes him act the way he act, because honestly to this day, I still don't know who Deandre is. Like, at least I'm able to give insight on all these other castmates, but with him, I don't have much else to say, but that's it.
All right.
To work with. That's what he gave you to work with. But we, towards the end of our interviews, we always, especially since this is your first time here on the platform with us, we'd like to ask, did you have a good time? Do you feel like Scotty and I did our job as the host of the show? Like, give us your feedback on your experience.
I absolutely love you too. As I've said on some other interviews and bloggers platform, I don't interview with everybody. I'm starting to decline other interviews. I watch you guys and I watch others, and you both are definitely in that bracket of, okay, I have respect for y'all. I'm not kissing nobody's ass. Y'all don't kiss others' ass. You give unbiased. You just y'all are very real. And so I respect that. And you'll definitely always have my support. Like I said, there's not many other bloggers or guys like yourself that do what you do that I sit here and watch and talk to like this. Because I do believe a lot of others that do what you do are out here for clout and do things to be foolish and do things that are malicious and just catty and messy and just miserable. And you two are very, very, very positive, and I love it.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that.
Somebody got hit with that bullet. I don't know who got hit with that bullet.
No, you know what? And I'm just saying that I've especially get on this platform. I knew this comes with it. I knew that there are going to be people reaching out to you that want to get your insight on things and input on things. And before I go onto anybody's platform, I'm going to do my research. Just like before I go buy a car, I'm going to test drive it. Just like before I buy a house, I'm going to go look at the house, do my comps, and look at the neighborhood first. I'm going to do my research first before I do anything with anybody. And so I love what you guys are doing. Keep doing it. And you got my support always.
Awesome. Thank you. We really appreciate that. And I'm glad that when people do look us up, they can see that, because this is something consistent. Like, we always try to be as respectful and honorable with each one of our guests, because they're giving us their time and their energy, and their responses. So we try to be mindful of that and just be aware.
Right. And here's the thing that, we're all Black gay men at the end of the day. And I believe in empowering each other, not tearing each other down, not being, we all throw shade here and there, but there's a boundary that we gotta keep. And some just go below that, and it's just too much. It's toxic and crazy. And so, yeah.
Yeah. I always say, as a person that's been doing this for a long time, as far as like doing YouTube for a long time, but really been interviewing for the last 2.5 years with him, I'm just the type of person that tries to, pump positivity into everybody that does that does the same thing that I do, because I just feel like it's enough room for everybody to do their thing. It doesn't have to just be one person. It ain't got to be one person out there by themselves. It could be me and multiple other people doing their thing, and it don't have to. And everybody does their thing in a different way. Some do it this way, some do it that way, some like it like this, some don't like it like that. It is what it is, but we all doing our thing. So that's just the type of time that I'm on. And yeah, everybody's doing their thing, and that's the way it should be. You know, I don't expect everybody to like everything I do,
No.
but you know, that'll be ridiculous if I expect that.
Right, right. And you know, we should all be able to be civilized at the end of the day and be, you know, cordial with each other. And if we can't do that, we can't be that without. I'm not coming on your platform if I know you the next day you get on your second video or mini blog during business hours and you go on and drag my name or somebody else's name that you was just interviewing the day before and kissing their ass and then you dogging them out the next day. It's very fake and frivolous. And, you know, that kind of stuff I would never support.
It's the frivolous for me. I love it.
It's the elevated vocabulary. We love that.
Yes, I love it. Well, once again, Teddlie, we definitely appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
You know, we enjoy you on the show. I think you know that by looking at our Chasing Dallas panel that we do every single week. We do enjoy you for what you bring, and hopefully you come back.
Absolutely, anytime.
All right, then. Well, we know your time is money, so you are free to go.
All right. Bye, y'all. Thank you.
All right, see you later.
Thank you so much for coming. Wow.
All right, you guys, and that was another interview that we did. This is the fourth one we've done.
Okay, so we did Kesey, we did Kiki, Trey, and Teddlie. Yeah.
Yes, the fourth one. This is the fourth interview. We've been Jamar. First of all, Jamar has been booking these interviews. You know, sometimes I don't be knowing he's booking these interviews, but
so
he's
been like, all right, so Thursday we're doing such and such. So,
and I be like, bitch, why you didn't ask me this first? Like the fuck?
Because the thing about sometimes booking these girls, they be like, look, we might be able to do it this time. I might be able to be from this day to this day, from this time. And I'm just like,
because listen, we pushed back that Trey Howard interview so many times.
And we in time zones, we try to.
Oh shit, Jamar, you missing
got
out.
it.
No, you breaking up, child. Okay, there you go. Say something now.
Vagina.
Okay, I you know, I hear you now. I hear you.
But yeah, the comments was living for Teddlie. We love that. They was living for us. They said we need to interview Deandre.
I doubt he's coming.
Yeah, his Instagram hasn't even posted anything with Dallas. I don't think he wants to come up here and talk about Jason Dallas. Woo!
Because the hard questions is gonna be hard questioning. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest about it.
Deandre, child, you got some explaining to do.
Because trust me, we're not opposed to it. We're definitely not opposed to doing it. I would love to have him up here so I can, you know, put the pressure cooker on, ask him a couple of questions. But you know, from the way it looks, child, it don't look like he want to do no interviews or even have anything to do with the show. So I don't know. But we're gonna have to see. We'll see. If he is he may be one of the last ones we do if we interview him. It might be one of the last ones because I don't see him being one that we do right now. I don't see it.
Here's the thing. If Deandre decides to finish out the rest of the season with his confessionals, I'll ask him to see if he wants to come up.
Oh Lord.
If he finishes that, then I feel like that means that he's willing to, you know, follow through. And maybe, just maybe, if he ever does just any interview, he might just do it here. So only if not, then I don't feel like there's any reason to even, you know, pester the man, trying to get him to do something that clearly he don't want nothing to do with. So.
But I will say this though, I feel like that comment, if he does do the interview with us, it'll be that comment section is gonna be in shambles the same way it was when we interviewed Pyro, because they was coming at Pyro so hard in the comments.
Lord. Apache said when he start his YouTube channel, he's gonna be doing a tribute to us.
Child.
What would that look like? I wonder.
What would it look like, child? Listen.
Shout out to Panthers.
Yeah, so much shit I want to. So like, listen, we're working, okay, and we're almost at our 100th damn episode, child. Which I never knew we would get to 100 episodes. I just never knew. Like,
we're
never.
Supposed to get to 10. We were supposed to do that for a cute little couple weeks, and then
Move on to Spotify and Apple.
Whatever the fuck that other platform that was asking us to move on.
Oh, Station Head. Yeah, we were supposed to be on Station Head too. Like, but not to disrespect them because they was the first people to reach out to us. This is before the Prelude even took the fuck off. Like, they was the first people to reach out to us and give us a show. But we was trying to see how Station Head worked, and I'm like, girl, how does it work? You're not telling me nothing, girl.
Because we were trying to look to how would we make a podcast work when we're in two different areas, because we'd have to have the right software and learn how to use it, upload on a regular schedule. So we were just doing this, and then this just became easiest for us to do with our schedules because we both working, we both creating other content online.
And then you was in a different time, so you was in an even worse time zone.
So I was 2 hours behind.
You was 2 hours behind me.
Girl. Oh, and back then when we was doing the show, like I was literally getting immediately, like with laptop in hand, getting off work, trying to do a episode of this. It was foolish. It was a mess.
Listen, I'm telling you, I go back and I look at them old episodes of the Prelude. I be like, we didn't know what the fuck we were doing.
But I mean, it was still good though. It was
good. Like, but I could say that when we first started, we was rebuilding ourselves at the time. So back then, it definitely, it shows. We was really trying to get it together, but it's like now I feel like we know exactly what we're doing and how we want to do it. Because here's the thing. Our platform is what our platform is, and I don't expect, and I keep saying this, I don't expect everybody to like what we do, and it ain't for everybody. So I feel like the way that we do it is the way that we do it, and it works for us. You know what I mean? Like we try to give y'all a bit of a 2020 Dateline Barbara Walters type of tea, Gayle King type of tea. That's the type of tea we want to give. Real respectable. I'm not no Wendy Williams. That ain't me. I'm not Wendy Williams.
I couldn't just toss my guests just to the wind and just not have no couth class respect for them whatsoever.
Like, because Wendy used to drag them.
just relentlessly in their business.
Right.
No sensitivity, no tenderness, nothing.
Like, she used to go in. Okay. Thank you to Get Of You, and you've been there from the beginning. You've been there from the beginning, so you've been there from the jump. The Get Of You been here from the jump. But before we even started doing shit like this together, the Get Of You was here when we first became friends. So she's seen us come the fuck up. Okay, so I know she proud of us.
Okay, you from the bathroom and me from our kitchen.
Child, I'm so glad that the bathroom days are over with, honey. Oh my God, terrible videos, terrible.
Look, that's when we was hungry. We was
what?
Didn't have no real audience for real, but we were just so excited about what we were talking about that we did it for fun.
No real audience, didn't know nothing about analytics, didn't know nothing about no audience, didn't know shit. We were just ready to do our videos. Love to we was always out here trying to beat Ashley, because she was the first one to drop her video every night. And every night.
Sick of her.
I used to be like, Jamar finna beat her ass tonight. I'm gonna beat her to the punch. I used to say that all the time. I remember texting Jamar one night. I said, "Oh, I'm gonna beat Ashley tonight, cause her ass. I'm tired of her beating me to the punch. I'm finna beat her tonight." So I beat her one time. That one time, but I said, I'm gonna beat her. Baby. I think I told her that when she came on the Prelude one time. I said, I'm gonna beat her. Never could beat again.
The credits of the show would literally be still rolling, and I could refresh my YouTube
and her video already out. Like, girl, you must have been recording while the show was on.
Was during the commercial break, like, girl.
I'm like, oh my God. Oh, she used to beat us every time. And then at some point, I was like, look, I ain't got time to keep on trying to compete and try to put this video on first. I'm just gonna let her ass have it. You say that shit.
See what Patrick said.
What did he say? It was Teddlie's sophisticated way of reading tonight. That gave me life, especially knowing possible targets for this.
That's That's what I said, girl. Teddlie shot them bullets at somebody.
Yeah,
Got
he
hit.
did. Ain't got nothing to do with us either.
It's none of our business.
That's all I gotta say about that, honey. But yeah, child, it's been a few years, child, and we are still here, still stronger than ever, honey. You know,
Yeah. And y'all know there won't be no episode of anything next. Well, no prelude next week.
no prelude next week because we will be at the concert. We're gonna be going to the concert.
What day?
Saturday night.
Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday?
I'll come Friday.
So you're gonna still do? We're gonna still do the.
We can still do the panel. Yeah.
Okay.
We can still do the panel. Did you see the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15 trailer? Yes, I did. And Candy is on activation, honey. I can't wait to see it.
I didn't finish it. I just kept seeing the preview of it on Twitter, and it was at that whatever that relaxation spa, whatever that was. I gotta watch the rest of it because apparently they said it was good.
Candy is giving season 6 Candy.
I'm like, do I need to watch this season?
You might need to, honey, because Candy is giving season 6. Because when Marlo said something in the trailer, she was like, "Don't cry now," and then Candy said, "I'm crying because I can't choke the shit out of you, bitch." I was just like, what? Candy done threatened violence on somebody at least twice on that damn thing. Because she said something at the end. She said, "I'm about to headbutt this bitch." I'm like, wow, are they fucking with Candy so hard?
And this is season 15.
Season 15.
Okay.
And she in the center. She got the center peach. She in the center.
Girl, Candy be getting $1 million per season.
I mean, and see, you know what? Let me just say this before we go. Like, all they can say about her is that she's boring. That's all they say. Like every time you look at something on social media, she boring. Okay, she boring, but she's the one with all the opportunities, all the businesses, all the money. Like, I mean, if that boring. Yeah, like if that's boring, then I would be boring all day.
Every day that ends in Y, because look, my bank account gonna be
exactly. I don't give a shit. Like that's all they like. If I gotta say about the girl is that she boring, then okay, whatever. You know. So, but anyway, y'all, huh?
You said shout out to Candy.
Yeah, shout out to Candy, honey. Hopefully, hopefully, if we do that 100th episode, the way we kind of talked about it on air, hopefully I can get her to do it. But you know, hopefully.
Seconds. Just send in a quick 15-second video. I don't care what you say.
Yes, child. I'm gonna make sure. When I reach out to the people, I'm gonna make sure to say it don't have to. I'm not asking for nothing, but 15 seconds. That's all I'm asking for. If you can say all that in 15 seconds, just send it right back. That'll be just fine. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, y'all. I don't know who we interviewing next. Jamar had some idea of who he would want to bring on next, but we're not sure yet.
I'll probably reach out to either Sean or Astro.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of them two. I figure it'll be one of them two. One of them two.
I probably will get Sean. I probably just make it Sean.
Okay. Well, you guys, we are out of here. The next time you see us two together, it'll be next Thursday for the Chasing Dallas panel that stars us two, Giving You the Real Tea, and Tramel. We may have 2 guests next week because me and T's friend Jeremy Speaks. I got him into Chasing Dallas and he got some things to say, so I'm gonna bring him up, and I might ask Carl to come up too because he said he wanted to come up and talk about the show with us, and you know that's gonna be a hot mess if he come up.
Foolishness.
You already know, and I can't wait for the foolishness either, child. But with that being said, child, we are done for tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. And until 2 weeks from now, we will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching the Prelude. We are out of here, y'all. Bye.